Hey guys, I am going to be starting some plants indoors, mostly peppers and tomatoes. It's still a little bit cold and we're not out of the threat of frost outside. And we have a nice warm environment in the house. So, because I don't have any starter pots or anything like that, they're all still in storage. I had these egg cartons that were plastic that held 30 eggs and their little lids. And so I thought that they would be perfect to start my tomatoes and peppers inside. And I have this shelf right up here. This is our pantry shelf that I'm gonna go ahead and put them on top of. They get some indirect sunlight right up there in the mornings. It's pretty warm up in this area. If you put your hand up, you can kind of feel more warmth. So I'm gonna try that there, and I've got this lovely little spray bottle, and I'm just planting the seeds in my little pots here, and then I'm giving them a nice spray, and then I'm gonna cover them up with their lids. I've got 2 of these, so I'm just gonna be putting my tomatoes and my peppers in them. Yay! I'm so excited. And I will definitely keep you posted on how these little starts are going. So as I'm planting, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing in our family as far as a garden. I have asked the landlord, because if you don't know, we are renting. They have a nice big yard and no garden. I have asked them if I can put a garden plot in. And if I can, then I will be starting probably a 10 by 20 foot garden in the back, kind of on the south side of this property. We'll go ahead and I'll get that started really quickly in as soon as they give me the go ahead. We have access to horse manure that has been sitting for at least a couple of years, so I could put that on that right away, as well as some, what they have, pine straw we could put that on top of. So I would go ahead and put down a layer of cardboard, I'd put the manure on, and then some pine straw. And then if I needed to, I'd bring in some extra soil, maybe a couple of bags of soil to put on there. So I don't know if you can see it, but I've already done this row, and those are Oxheart tomatoes. This one is a mix of Brandywine Red and Yellow blend tomatoes, and as you can see, there's a little teeny red tomato seed right there. And there's 5 little slots here in this one row, so I did 3 of the purple and 2 yellow, and then all of these are going to be a tomato variety. Now these don't have any drainage, and so I don't want to water them too much, so I'm going to be giving them a mist in their soil to make sure that they are not too dry. I'm going to check them twice a day, and I'm going to mist them when they need it. But I don't have drainage in here, mostly because I don't have anything that they can sit on up there. So they're going to be in these guys, and I will be careful not to overwater them because I do not want them to rot in the little pots. So these ones are already planted, and after I did this little misting on top of the seed directly and the soil around it, I just put a teeny bit of dirt on top of that. And as you can tell, this is pretty chunky soil. It's got these little bits of wood in them. I'm hoping that that doesn't hinder their process. I'm taking out the bigger chunks, and I'm going to go put that in my other pots outside. When I'm done planting all of these, I will go ahead and give them one more bit of a spray down with water, and then I'll just keep my eye on it for the next few days. If you are doing this at home and maybe you have less time, to maybe you don't have time to check on them a couple times a day, then I would encourage you to get some with some proper drainage at the bottom so that you can water the bottom tray. Because what you really want to do is encourage the roots to grow down to the water. And since I don't have a way of keeping water underneath the pan, which is what most potting little starting pots have, I'm going to have to check these every day to make sure that I can get them enough water. The roots will be encouraged to grow nice and full without having the water underneath it. That is a benefit of having that, and I don't have it. So we're going to do what we can. We'll see if I can grow it. I mean, that is the point of this right now, is can I grow this? And if I can start these in these little egg cartons, then you can do anything. And of course, I don't have grow lights. I don't have, any kind of special heating system. I'm just putting these in and we're gonna see, because you know what? I have noticed that it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can have all the specialty things in the whole wide world, but things want to grow. Seeds want to grow. If you give them a chance, they will grow. I planted the Oxheart, and these are all for Botanical Interests. I have a wide variety of seeds, but I had gone to a market, kind of, they had a clearance sale on seeds, and Botanical Interests, I've ordered from them before, and I really like their seeds. They do a really nice job, and they're organic, and I really like what they produce. I've really not had a bad batch of seeds from them. They were on sale. I grabbed, they were really inexpensive. They were like 75% off. So I got them all, knowing that we were going to be planting this spring. So my first row is tomato Oxheart, and you can see these kind of have those ridges in them. They're really big. Usually you can get them really, really big, really flavorful. So I got those. These ones are also kind of the same, along the same lines as the Oxheart. They're also very, very big, but they come in the yellow and the brandy color, which is beautiful. I also have this black crimson. It turns into this really beautiful purpley color. And I'm excited to grow. These are also a very big one. And I have 2 cherry tomato. I have a rainbow cherry tomato and this sweet cherry tomato. These are just fun to pick and just eat right there. This one's the Moneymaker. They are your regular, kind of, not quite like a beef steak, but they are nice, big, round, kind of your perfect tomato, and people really like these in the store because they look good. Ooh, these ones are cool. I don't know if you can see this, but let's see if you can see inside there. I'll pull some out in my hand. I think it'll probably be easier, but these are really pretty colors. Look at that. I'm gonna put a couple of these cherry tomato varieties in each pot. Okay, there's that rainbow blend. Oh, I didn't water them down. Let's do that. If you live in a warmer climate like I do, putting them in the ground too late and then it gets really hot, they're gonna go straight to bolt, which means they might not produce a lot of fruit for you. They'll just go to seed right away. And that'll be discouraging. I have made that mistake before. But if you don't know whether it's gonna get hot or not, just plant it anyway. I'm a living testament of things to do anyway. If you don't know if you can plant it anyway. Well, they are getting a nice, good soaking in the soil that they're in right now. Just putting a little bit of dirt on top of it, just to give them the best start at going up. And like I said before, I don't have drainage underneath, so you give them as much room as possible. They will, once they start to sprout up, I will put them in pots. I just don't have any right now, and I want to get them started right away. What happened there? Okay, so now I'm just going to give them all a really good spray. Each pot, just kind of soak the top layer. I'm going to put a lid on, and I'm going to put it up high. In the spirit of doing things economically, I got these little plant markers at the Dollar Tree. And I've been using them all over. In the past, I've used popsicle sticks and all kinds of things. But these, and they're pretty flimsy, but for a year's worth of use, I think they're gonna do just fine. I simply take the marker, like a Sharpie, and I put it on, and I draw, or I mark up what variety they are. And I try to get as descriptive as possible, because if I ever need any help, I keep the envelope packets so that I can go back and read if I've done something wrong, or if there's some things not germinating in the time that I think it should germinate, I can go back and look and see. The cool thing about these is I'm starting it early enough that if 1 or 2 of the pots don't germinate, I can go back and place a new seed in it, and I'll still have enough time to get it out there in the dirt, because it'll get pretty hot within a month or 2, and these take a little bit of time. Alright, so the varieties I have this sweet golden yellow pepper. This is also a sweet pepper. It's a Jimmy Nardello. I've never had these. An early jalapeno, cayenne peppers, these chili peppers, a Santaka variety. These grow in big, beautiful bunches. Looks like a bunch of red fingers. And the Habanadas. Something else real quick. Because these little pots are shallow, I just cut the ends off of them. That way they'll fit in the pots fairly simply. Okay, my peppers are all planted. They got water at the bottom, soil, seed, watered, soil, just a little bit, not patted down, and then water on top. All right, well, I will keep you posted on how those do, and let you know what else I plan in the garden. And I'll also let you know what our landlord says about us making a garden out in the yard. If I'm going to do containers or in the ground. And if I can do it in the ground, I'll take you along as we get that prepared. All right, blessings to y'all. We'll see you next time.